Take a swig.
It's almost that time.
Yeah, man, the Swig Podcast,
Yeah,
man.
we gotta tune in.
Hey, man, let me grab this beer right quick, man.
Yeah, let me get my drink ready.
Yeah, man, oh, shoot, man, they be talking about all types of on it, man. The lagers, the man.
There's some beers I ain't never even heard of on there.
We about to learn about them, though, shoot.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
What's up, world? It's your boy, the Bearded Brother.
And Shani Hadia, the marvelous gift in the building.
We're on virtual stop number 2.
Man, I wish we were traveling.
Right.
I love the Shy, but it's too cold for me to be fucking with it right now. So I'm really glad to be here virtually with our guests. We have Afro Beer Chick and Nick, which, do you have a special name, Nick? Afro Bearded.
What's the beer street name?
It's Afro Beer Chick and Afro Beer Nick.
And Afro Beard Nick. You know, Afro Beard Nick. Yes, I can see the tag. Hey.
No,
Here it is.
Nick. I'm Nick White. That's me. There you go.
So y'all are representing Chicago, the windy city.
The cold city right now. That's like -4 degrees.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's cold up here.
Yeah.
I just got hypothermia. You saying -4?
That's that. I don't even go outside weather. You know, I'm right now. I can run to the car. I got on a little jacket, a nice little jacket. Nothing too heavy, but I definitely am not. I'm not here for 4 degrees, and that's why I won't go to Chicago outside of the summertime. It's beautiful during
We don't want to be here during the winter time.
No.
I tell you, man, 10 degrees is 10 degrees no matter how many times you see it. You know?
I believe it. I believe it. They, you know, I saw a picture of somebody, like they had kids sitting outside, sleeping outside, like taking a nap. And apparently that's how they get them right. That's how they get them accustomed to the weather, you know, starting from a young age. This is maybe, I don't know, you know, Russia, something like that. That's like,
they want one of us.
I was like, I don't think no black folks up here trying to have a nap on a patio and
And talking about last year, I think it was people getting like hypothermia, being outside and like for 15 minutes. Why would I be out there?
Oh,
why would I do that?
So you all sent us some beer.
Mm-hmm.
Which one should we open first?
You got the Hot Butcher in hand. I'm gonna say Hot Butcher.
Okay, Hot Butcher it is. Yeah. So this one, candied citrus, light pine, vibrant tropical. This is my kind of jam.
Hot Butcher is one of my favorite breweries up here in Chicago. They drop stuff, it seems like every 5 seconds. And they do IPAs very well.
Okay. All right.
Gotcha.
We have one of those here, Bearded Iris. They drop IPAs, you know, that's their every week, you know, release, and they do them really well. So I'm not mad at the release at all.
Now, which Hot Butcher did you guys open?
That normalized?
Normalize the signal.
Okay.
With,
my memory. I forget. I'm like, man, what did I send them? I forgot.
Listen, it'd be the same thing, especially when you send a couple things off. You'd be like, which one did I send to them? Which one am I drinking today? You know, so Mosaic Sabro Hop Double India Pale Ale.
It's smooth.
Ooh, this is nice.
Yeah, I think they use.
Oh, that's good. So I'm an IPA addict. Like this guy over here,
I respect IPAs.
He's stouts.
I'm a stout guy.
And this is my jam. Right? I like this.
I'm team both.
I definitely drink both, and a lot of them are in my fridge. So that and breakfast sours, I actually enjoy those. And then open, like the open fermented, you know, wild ales. Those are that's my 4. If I'm
those are his jam.
I like those in the morning too. I think a nice dessert stout in the morning is what we usually do because that's what Shalana's into. But I'll get down on a sour in the morning, and it's got the same vibe for me. That just first thing in the morning, as far as a breakfast beer go, sour is just as compatible too.
Yeah, I'm a rye porter, stout guy. I like to throw in a Belgian triple every now and then. Okay. Depends on where it's from. If it's actually if it's imported, yes, every day, like a Delirium or something like that. If it's like more stateside, it's very brewery dependent. Like I know New Heights here in Nashville makes a really good one. And I think they're getting ready to discontinue it, which like just hurts the very pits of my heart because that's like one of my favorite beers in the city. So
what are y'all sipping on over there? We sent you all a couple things.
The first one is the Hilltopia from Southern Grist.
Okay, all right.
Taking on that one, and then he popped open. What was the other one you popped open?
This next one is the Attention Please from Cultivate Variety. Is that what the name is?
No, that's Bearded Iris.
What is Bearded Iris?
Oh, that's their line, Cultivate.
Yeah.
That's how they describe their beers and stuff like that.
But the funny thing is,
in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee.
He takes that one. He hogging it to himself.
Yeah, let me know what you think on that one. The funny thing with Bearded Iris is their tagline is cultivate variety, but they really make a lot of IPAs and not much variety. So I don't know if it's the joke or they switched it to the cultivate variety refers to the hops used.
It's got to be the hops. The way they pump out IPAs.
They definitely use a lot of hops and they'll mix and match and put together some good stuff. But
so it sounds like it's like our version of Hot Butcher up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is cool, man. It's like piney and herbal, which is kind of fun. So it's not straight juice. It's giving you kind of like this some kind of vegetable with the pininess. More herbs than vegetables.
So they're looking at him like
now I'm trying to see where he was going with it. So it's herbal vibes. It's giving you herbal vibes. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta let him flow. Let him play with it in his head. He gonna come up with the vegetable. I like that. This Hot Butcher, I mean, good. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I've had Hot Butcher before. I said I really need to start updating my my Untapped because I drink a whole lot of beers and
I be forgetting.
Bad about Untapped, and I feel bad because when I was on their happy hour one time, and like I don't really. Once I take a picture and I post it to IG, it's over with. I'm not gonna go through all that.
I'm the exact same way.
It's out there for the world to see. That's good enough for me.
It's kind of IG.
I got my Untapped on IG. I'm good.
Yes.
If I could scroll through and know that I've already drank them from looking at my IG, that would be ideal. So Instagram, if you're listening, if you could just add that feature for beer drinkers, and I'm sure other people who collect shit, they want to know that they already have it too.
Yeah, see, there you go.
So, we want to talk about how the city vibes with Black culture and beer culture. Do you all find yourselves in breweries a lot there?
Well, before pre-COVID.
Always pre-COVID.
Yeah, we definitely used to bounce around from brewery to brewery. And, I just said this yesterday, and it's like, I always got to make this point. Chicago is still huge. We talking about just the city of Chicago. Okay, so in the area is 77 different neighborhoods, so each one you're gonna get something different. Mm-hmm. But then you expand out to Chicago land, you have the suburbs, and that's also including Northwest Indiana. So it's like it almost becomes like a little field trip. It's like, okay, well, which area are we gonna hit up?
I love it.
And which breweries are we gonna hit up? So it's always fun times when we get to go bounce around. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting back to it, but
yeah, we like to travel, and Chicago is definitely one of those places. I've been to a couple, and I've been to Chicago before I really got into beer. So I was a beer drinker, but I wasn't really tracking my breweries. It's just something that I did. And the beer scene was pretty cool. We went to Revolution. I think everybody has to go to Revolution or something,
You have to go. You got to go see what Marty and Jim and all them are doing, especially with their stouts. I mean, they have an amazing beer program, so you got to check it out while you're here.
Oh yeah, you ain't said nothing but a word to me.
And now I got to go back to different cities because I'm like, I've done some of the beer scene, but I wasn't paying attention to it. I did a whole West Coast trip and can't really tell you much about the breweries that I went to.
But see, here's the thing. Even in Chicago, it's so many breweries. we still discovering breweries that's popping up. So it's like we're still trying to figure out where to go and when to visit them, and because every time you turn around, it's always something new, or just when you get used to that brewery, they're doing something different. They're amping up a new program. So it's like we are constantly rediscovering beer here in Chicago.
Yeah, there's more breweries that open in the burbs than they did in the city. So I think in the city we're probably around 66 breweries. Mm-hmm. But shit, I think the burbs alone have their own
100
plus breweries.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds so divine. I feel like we got like 20 here in Nashville and surrounding areas.
Yeah, that's about right.
So it takes 3 weekends. You really done tapped all of them in so many ways. So I mean, the breweries are good. I enjoy going to them, but I wish we did have more that we can just be like, oh, this is a new brewery.
Cool.
This is opening. That we don't have too much of that here.
And that's not even talking about the breweries that's actually contract brewing here that don't have tap rooms that we can go visit. And then if you walk into the store, you're gonna see their stuff on the shelf. Like Hot Butcher doesn't have a tap room.
That's true. Hot Butcher is brewing out of Miskatonic and Darien, so that's the West Burbs.
Okay.
Space. And they were brewing out of Fire Rabbit too. That's in the South Burbs near the airport. So yeah, they don't have their own space though. They started as the South Loop Brewing Company, and they never got to the point where they got their own space. So they're kind of I wouldn't say they're a gypsy. They're definitely they're a resident of Miskatonic, whatever that word is, when you got multiple proprietorships going in one spot. That's what they're doing at Hot Butcher.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely thought they would have their own space, the way y'all said they were pumping out the IPAs or the beers. But no, they just be contract brewing, just going.
Yeah, they just going, and every time you turn around, it's like they have. And then it was that. Who else is like that? Saint Laurent. It's like that. Did I say Saint Laurent? I think I did.
Yes.
Yeah, Saint Laurent. That's another good one. So it's like, yeah, you have breweries that you often sometimes overlook because they don't have the actual physical space, but then you turn around, it's like they're magically in a store.
It used to be a bad word, contract brewing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, you either you can't afford your own shit, or you ain't at a point where you're committed enough to go buy your own shit, and people would look down on it. But now, well, Hot Butcher is a good example, and I think that's when the perception changed. Hot Butcher Phase 3, where it's like she said, there's a Hot Butcher in the fridge here every week. Even that's pretty good.
Yeah,
every week. Problem to have.
That's a statement.
I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't mind more of these in the fridge either. So I get it. That's kind of how Bearded Iris is for me, because they pump out great IPAs, and I really, I enjoy them. So when they drop and the IG have this sexy picture, I'm like, oh, this looks delicious. I want it.
And that's how they get you though.
Every time.
I'm like, damn, let me go get this real quick. And it was like, at this point, my beer budget is just gone. It's like, forget it. I'm just going ahead and cop this beer. And I have to immediately ball up the receipts just so I won't have buyer's remorse. And it's like the other day, I had to toss food just so I can make space for beer.
Yeah, I have my little cousin with the pandemic. She left her college fridge here. And so I went ahead and started utilizing that. So I have some in my main fridge. I'm trying to contain it to a little area. It's overflowing. Luckily, my wife has not said anything yet.
Emphasis on the yet part.
Yeah.
She waiting. It's like, as soon as you done record.
Get out of here.
Yeah, she was. Where is this? What is?
But yeah, that's like me for New Heights. Like New Heights, I'm always having something. Either I'm going to the brewery, having a drink there, or I have like a bottle or a 4-pack in there just waiting on me at the house. So they get me every time.
Okay. We usually, not usually. We started off sharing beers because we were able to record together. Then the pandemic hit. And so we were used to, drinking like 2 beers a show because, we're both drinking 16 ounces. But together, we really knocked back like 4 to 5 in a show. And it still end up being just 2 beers a piece. But, I say that to say, we are already going on to this next beer, which is the phase 3.
We got 2 beers. We got 2 beers open, and we got bourbon. So,
listen,
really living.
My kind of people.
we throwing back bourbon too on top of the beers that we drinking.
So yeah, let's talk about that for a second, because I know like y'all are big in the bourbon. Like I've seen posts, and hey, that's my kind of jam. Like I've done I see you got the Kentucky bourbon shirt on. I've done.
Oh, this is my Christmas gift. Yeah, Shaletta got this for me.
Yeah, that's dope. I've done the bourbon trail, so like I'm a big fan of it as well. Like, how did y'all get into that?
I think I think
y'all just like to drink.
That too.
She just had it's okay, I get it.
This gets us one further step away from just full alcoholism. We drink and talk about the shit, then we're just not straight up alcoholics.
Okay, so the bourbon podcast justifies our drinking even more. So like my mother, like, Shalana, you drinking all this? I'm like, Mom, it's called research and development. Okay. I have to understand what I'm drinking, so I have to sip what I'm drinking. You know what I'm saying? But it's not alcoholism. But my drinking is really, I'm gonna put it all on him. He got me into beer, which led me to barrel-aged beers, bourbon barrel-aged beers, which led me to bourbon. It was him and this whole bourbon. Last year, you guys, I have pictures. If you would have saw my bar last year, yes, let's take it back to March of last year. Pre-COVID, I had 1 bottle of bourbon on my bar.
Okay.
Now I can't even tell you how many is over there because of him. It's like, oh, we should get this. We should try this. We should get this.
So I have to plug. Like have y'all tried Guidance?
Huh?
Have y'all tried Guidance whiskey?
Nope.
No Guidance. Who's that? Who's Guidance?
So it's out of Nashville. It's Black owned.
Nice.
And, yeah.
It's good.
And it's good. So
because there's none. I think the closest we got to Black owned on the
Nearest.
bar is the Uncle Nearest stuff. We got 3 of those.
Yeah.
But I'm always curious. I want to make that part of my journey because like Shalanda's in a subculture with beer that's way heavier than I am in respects to like who all the national Black brewers are. So whenever time I drink something from a Black brewery, I'm like, I get excited that that's part of my journey now. So I definitely be down for trying some Black distillers too. And
they we did we brewed the Black and Beautiful together. So it was Black Abbey.
It was Black Abbey,
us, and
Guidance.
And off premise, we had he brought in some Black owned spirits.
Oh wow.
And it was, rum, whiskey. There's a three bros.
Yeah, they're down.
Yeah, I heard of that one.
They're in Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're actually opening up a distillery. So it was awesome to be able to try those, and like, we had 7, 8, maybe up was a 10.
There, yeah. And
that was his, but that's his thing. He's definitely like, you coming with me. As I'm going up the ladder, I'm pulling all these people up too. So really dope guy. And so I'm gonna make sure y'all get some guidance. I gotta
thanks. I appreciate that, because I'm always looking for like Black owned distilleries, Black owned spirits, trying to support the people, support the movement.
Oh yes.
Can y'all tell me the militant one between us two?
Listen, I get it. I got a shirt, Trust Black Women. That's my shirt that I'm rocking right now. But I definitely am more militant, but my wife, she rocking a Black Power Fist shirt right now and about to go on live on IG talking about it, all that stuff. So this is just this is just how our house operates. The drink might be kicking in a little bit.
I was gonna say the beer getting you.
So hey, you want to talk about that phase 3?
Yes, the phase 3 brewing company. Triple dry hop, energetic mind, double dry hop, triple IPA. That was a mouthful.
It's a mouthful.
A whole lot of words on that can.
Yeah. Can I read? It's a triple energetic mind, double dry hop, triple IPA, Big Secret, and Citra. So I'm guessing those are hops in it. So that's definitely giving the juiciness of it. And
That Vic Seegers give that like pillowy feel. I like that.
Yeah, that's like a perfect way to.
I prefer West Coast IPAs, but I do like a good. I like a good
hazy or New England.
So the thing with this
alcohol, this does not taste like sorry.
What'd you say?
With this brewery is when they first came out, and I put it out there. When they first came out, it was like they were like another Hot Butcher. They like every time you turn around, they had something different on the shelves. And it was at one point I'm like, man, are y'all producing the same damn beer in a different can? But over time, I started to see a shift or a change. And it seems, and it now is like every time I grab one of theirs, they're also another staple. Some things I rock with heavy with them. Some things like, no, okay, I'm not gonna get this again. And it happens. You're not gonna like everything.
Yeah.
Puts out. But phase 3 has been consistent for me. You know, some things I rock with, some things I don't. But they're another good breed. Like we had a pressed earlier. It was their Imperial Porter, the tiramisu, which is pretty good.
Okay.
I didn't pick that up until I was dressing off the beer. So yeah, it's pretty good. I think it just hit the stores after I sent y'all a package.
That's usually how it goes. This one's sitting at 10%. This does not taste it at all. That's definitely scary.
It's gonna hit you.
World to be in. That is dangerous.
It's gonna catch you up. It's gonna
because it tastes like 7 or 8%, but I looked at the thing. I was like, you sure it's 10%?
It's one of the ones that's gonna hit you later.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, they were one contract brewing, and then they ended up just buying the joint.
Yeah,
that they were brewing that. Yeah,
there you go.
Some of these guys they get
pineapple.
Yes, I get a lot of pineapple in here, which I am not against at all.
So they end up they have a location.
Yes,
that they purchased the spot that they were contract brewing.
They were brewing out of Lake Zurich Brewing Company, and then they just bought Lake Zurich Brewing Company. Yeah,
okay,
that's boss moves right there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We about to get this brewery right here real quick. Oh yeah,
right. It's like we know we've been contracting with y'all, but now we own y'all. So this is weird.
I'm gonna go with they came into the game with that expectation because that's got to be I feel some type of way. I'm contract brewing, and then all of a sudden, like, wait, you want to buy me?
The audacity.
Well, we call that growth. Growth.
That is hilarious.
But yeah, like I know in this last year we've seen a bunch of Black is Beautiful beers coming out. How was that response in the city? Were breweries pretty responsive to that, or was it kind of like some had to get pushed?
It looked like you had to get somebody together. You stay having to get somebody together.
Because both of y'all look up like,
okay.
I got cussed out at least 3 times.
Okay, so for me, let me say this, and I always say this. I'm so proud of Marcus and his hard work. I'm so proud of the movement that it went international. It brought a lot of things to light. Where my issue comes in at is that, you know, our Blackness in movements like this we're used as a trend. Yes. And that's the part I don't like.
Yes.
So here you had a lot of breweries that was like, oh, hey, look at me. I brewed this Black is Beautiful beer. Okay, great. Now, what are you going to do after this beer's been brewed? Where are your receipts to your donations? What's going on? You know, because the movement don't just stop here. Now you were this, hey, look at me. But now it's like, okay, we are now past that. Almost a year passes. What are you still doing to push this race of people forward? Have you diversified your brewery? Are you contributing to Black culture more? No, you're not. It was, again, used as a social trend for them to help bump up their image and not do anything for us. The second thing that I disagreed on, and I don't think that founders should have been able to participate. I said this yesterday. They did exactly what I thought they were going to do. They pandered to the Black people. Oh, yes. Hey, we're doing this Black is Beautiful beer and this and that. And guess what happened? They fell silent and went right back to their bullshit.
Right back.
Right back. They didn't, it was without hesitation.
So I totally agree. My thing is, I don't want the Black is Beautiful to be that new I have Black friends. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I brewed the Black is Beautiful. We're not racist at this brewery. That's not how that goes. that is not. I don't
Not
give a shit.
all.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's the what's next, like you were just saying. It's just like, okay, you brewed this Black is Beautiful, and
it's like, and what are you doing? And so I look at breweries like, that's why I rock heavy with Rev, because there's a lot that they do for the Black community that they don't. I mean, they don't even publicize. They just do it, and I rock with that. You know, Goose Island, they have a bad rap because they sold out to AB. But guess what? They give grants, they give opportunities, they do just as much as well. But I'm talking about the breweries. It's like, okay, you brewed this beer, you put your little black square up, but what happened after that?
Mm-hmm. Where's the rest of the conversation? Where's the rest of the movement? Like, what's your plans? And really, I think some of the frustrating parts of it is they're looking at us for the answer. Mm-hmm. And that's where it stops. There's like, hey, okay, what do you have? What do you suggest? And then it's just a pause, waiting for you to fill in the blank. But it's like, first off, it has to be a conversation.
Right.
And then secondly, like, am I the only person that you're asking? Are you doing any research? Have you paid somebody to come in and help you with this issue for diversity? It's not you can't just they're
trying to look for this big
grand. They want the easy out.
You said what?
They want the easy out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've gotten to the point where I'm not doing any more diversity and inclusion panels, because my thing is this, especially when it comes to those breweries that have the coins. You guys have the money. You can hire a diversity and inclusion director. You know what to do. Mm-hmm. It's just the fact is you want to use me to make it seem like you're doing something. And that's what's not going to happen. You know?
How this
works. They'll reach out to Black influencers and like, hey, well, this is what we would like to do, and we would like your feedback. No, really, you want that Black influencer to do your job for free. You don't even want to pay them. I'm not in the beer for money. I don't make any money off of this. I do just enough to support my beer habit, you know, but I'm not interested in doing your job for you either.
Yeah. I mean, that's real. And it's funny that you say that, because I've been sitting here having these conversations on this end, and I'm of the same thing. Like, at some point it becomes less of, oh yeah, you know, I'm happy to be a part of or working with your brewery, to like, okay, y'all kind of using me at this point. Right. Or you are, you know, trying to exploit the situation. It's like, nah, you know, let's talk financial pieces now.
Right. Like, where are your coins?
Pay Black people what they're worth, bruh.
All right, where's my bag at before we get to the next step? We said hello, great. Okay, what about the money? Oh, you paid me? Cool. All right, let's have this conversation now.
Right.
I know dollar signs are filled behind it, because I feel like just in any aspect of business, I feel like a lot of these businesses that are predominantly white owned, they want to do these big grand gestures. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just going to wipe away all their sins. It's like, no, we see what you're doing and what you did. We need to continue to see the way you change. That's great. You hired a drove of Black people. Okay, like, that's fine, but you're putting out commercials where you have all white people on the commercial still. Like, it's simplicity works for me. Like, you do the simple stuff correctly when it comes to diversifying your demographic. That's if you put a commercial out, put a Black woman in there, put a Black man in there, put on that's Black and LGBTQ community in there, and promote that. But like, keep doing it, keep the consistency up. That's what it is for me, rather than you doing this whole big thing and then you're like, oh, look what we did. See it?
Hey, we just did this. Just like right now, I'm not believing.
We already did our Black thing.
Right.
We already checked the box already.
It's Black History Month. Don't you see? We're like, no, let me see what is.
Look, our shiny new product that we're not.
Right. It's so crazy. And then like I get asked, do you charge Black? No, I don't. No, I genuinely support my Black influencers, my Black breweries. If y'all need me to do something, I'm there. I'm doing it. I buy merch and I support. I don't ask for anything, but for the ones with the coins, what you want me to do? You got to pay me first. And if you're not going to pay me, that's something we're not having this conversation anymore. It's not going to happen. So, I'm tired of them using us to step on to get ahead, and then you forget about us once you're done.
Oh, that's
real.
It's real, and it's interesting to hear it from your perspective, just because you've been in the game. I know when I came in, you were one of the first people I followed. Look up to you as a beer influencer. So it's like, okay, I'm not tripping. You see,
very real.
It's like, okay, okay, I can see it. It makes sense. First off, so you're wearing Mac Brewing.
Yes, I'm representing today.
That blue is hitting. Like that shirt, that shirt. I don't know if they had multiple colors, but the blue, that is definitely.
It popped out when I went on the website. I was like, man, blue's my favorite color. I said, yeah, I gotta get this blue right here.
But yeah, like definitely, I kind of want to Nick. I know you're big into the history of Chicago beer, and how have breweries shown the history of beer? Do they pay their respects, or is it still they're trying to be we don't want to deal with the history part. We want to do something new,
with the history of brewing,
just Prohibition, because Prohibition. If you read about it, it's very racist. Prohibition was way more racist than they put in your book.
And I got into an argument with the Chicago Museum about this over Twitter, about how it kickstarted the KKK.
Yeah,
the KKK had maybe 200,000 members, and by the end of Prohibition, they had almost 5 million members in the KKK.
Yeah, I was it absolutely exploded.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't talk about that, and how saloons were the Green Book before the Green Book for Black and brown people.
Yeah, that's true.
Or specifically Black people. It was that's what saloons were, a safe haven for Black travelers, and a lot of people don't really know that. So I wonder, does Chicago pay any kind of homage to that, or they're just oh, we want to start new and clean slate and things like that?
No, I think a lot of these, even on a bar level, a lot of these bars open, and they'll open in what was an old Schlitz Tide House. So even in the facade of the building, you'll see the Schlitz globe, and they embrace that. They don't try to remove that from it, right? Because Chicago's kind of this living, breathing museum, right? So I think Schlitz at one point, after when Chicago burned down, he came down from Wisconsin and said, "Oh, all your breweries burned down. That's fucked up. You guys want some beer?" And then he said, "Hey, listen, I know you're having problems with your taxes, so why don't you just only sell my beer and I'll pay your taxes?" And then it turned into, okay, well, why don't I just buy your bar? So then Schlitz had all these bars around town, where he was the second largest landowner in Chicago behind the Catholic Church at the time with this technique, right? So Chicago never really stopped being that. It's always a pay to play town. It's always been a bar first town. And yeah, I think history's kind of woven into it, because Siebel's here. That's a large brewing academy.
Okay.
And even brands like Baderbrau that started in Chicago and died were resurrected and started again by other breweries, right? Other crews that grew up fell in love with, and even Metropolitan, they're a lager company here.
Okay.
They recently came out with the Sepp beer.
Yeah.
You heard of this?
Yeah.
So Sepp was the beer that built Chicago. They were the largest brewer in the country when, and this was around the time of the Great Chicago Fire. So they say their tagline is, "This is the beer that built Chicago," because they were the top brewery in the country at the time Chicago was rebuilding itself.
Okay.
So Metropolitan just rebrewed that beer with as close as they could to the original recipe. They just brewed it again for a run over, like I said, maybe the last 3 months. So Chicago's always
didn't I tell you he was Mr.
paying
History?
tribute to his past.
I love it.
That's dope. I'm locked in.
And
Just talk about history for the rest of the
Chicago's
time.
history.
This is Mr. History right here.
And then Baderbrau, those were my guys, man. Baderbrau died 3 times in this town, right?
Damn.
So Baderbrau. All right, so if you went to the Taste of Chicago in 1988, right, you had Miller Lite, Bud Light, and Beta Brown. Beta Brown was this local crew from the North Burbs. And Michael Jackson, the beer writer, said, it's the best Pilsner he's ever had, right? So then Beta Brown died, right? Because he was a cop that went and learned how to brew beer from some guy named Beta in Germany. So he came back to the Burbs, built a brewery called Beta Brown. But, he had expensive habits, so he kept fucking off all his cash. They went bankrupt. Goose Island bought the recipe, and they made Goose Golden Lager for a minute, and it won at JBF, but Beta Brown died. So, and then 20 years went by. And then some college kids found it and brought it back to life. Oh, but then they couldn't figure out how to sell lager. So then it died again. It died again 2 years ago. But
damn.
That was my crew. Those were some of my besties, man. I worked for them at one point.
Yeah.
More years before it comes back again.
Who's gonna resurrect it this time?
Yeah.
Some brands were born to die. That's what the old timers would tell you.
That is some old timey ass saying right there.
Dark.
Chicago's history is dope. We a little bit to get out of the heat. We did a architectural tour,
and that's always that's so dope.
Yeah, that thing, it was like the story of just how the city was built through, and you could see it through the architecture. And it's so that was very interesting. And I don't know if there was any, I feel like there was some beer stories on there, within that tour, but my memory isn't good. You can blame me.
The one thing about Chicago history that bothers me all the time is just one thing. We would celebrate Chicago bar history. We would celebrate Chicago criminal history, like the famous gangsters.
Yep.
We would celebrate Chicago sports and beer, but we do not give enough respect to the Black man who founded the damn city.
Wait, tell me about that. I don't even know about the Black man founding the city.
Yeah, DeSavo. He has one museum, and that's it. You don't hear nothing else about him as far as Chicago history throughout the year. That's it. That's all. A Black man founded the city of Chicago. He does not get the respect that he deserves.
Yeah, Jean-Baptiste DeSavo. Yeah, he was a fur trader. And
I heard that name.
Set up a trading post here and traded with the Indians, and that's how Chicago got to start. Yeah, he was a
big fur trader, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got one little statue by the river. But yeah, we don't talk about Chicago being founded by a Black man enough.
I keep tweeting at the mayor, like, okay, we give Pulaski a government holiday. I didn't even know who Pulaski was until like I was in high school, and then we finally started getting the day off from school. So how is it that we don't have a DeSavo Day? The man who founded the city of Chicago.
The shortest gay Black man in American history. You talking about that? Your girl Lori?
Lori pissing me off with this whole election.
Or Lightfoot.
Man, she pissing me off.
She told CPS, if y'all don't get y'all ass back in these classrooms, we don't care if it's safe or not. Y'all fired.
Wait, she said that?
I mean, not verbatim. I didn't verbatim, but that's basically what she said. That's exactly what she said. You know?
So okay, I know there was I think you had a shirt on that I saw on like IG you were saying like you support the bars reopening.
Oh, Chicago. Oh, okay. So Chicago Bars is a guy who has a bar here in Chicago, and he's anonymous. It's so funny. He's famous, but he's the most famous anonymous person here in Chicago. If you say the name Chicago Bars, people know who he is. But they don't know the bar he actually owns. That's so funny, unless you're in his inner circle. It's so weird. But that shirt came from him because a lot of bars here in Chicago are going out of business because of the fact of we haven't been able to open, and we just some type of capacity within the past week, but bars haven't been able to open. So we're losing a lot of businesses here, and they put so many, they try to compromise so much with the city, because here's the thing, the city still wants their money. They still want those city taxes for those bars, but those bars haven't been able to open. So what you think is happening? They're closing. So yeah, that shirt came in support of him and what they're going through.
It's disgusting how they are letting small businesses fail in this town.
Yeah.
You got a spot that's built to hold 200 people over a weekend, all weekend long, and they can't have no customers, but then they don't get no help. Meanwhile, the pumpkin patch is overcrowded. The strip clubs, the nail salons, ain't no restrictions nowhere else. But you can't have nobody in your bar. You can't have no customers in your bar.
Yeah, I didn't know they were. Yeah, I didn't know they were like doing it like that. I don't like that they haven't had it pretty equal across the board. You know, if you're gonna have businesses closed, like be fair and equal. If you're gonna do it, I mean, it's still a shitty situation. COVID is a shitty situation. But the bars, we were able to make it. Where they do delivery there?
Some of them do. Some of them have hooked up with either Postmates or DoorDash, and they, try to sustain alcohol to go. They did allow that, cocktails to go. They have to be sealed, and but I'm at the point now. It's like I don't want to order no cocktails. I have a fully stocked bar. I can make my own goddamn cocktail, but so it's like I gotta buy beer, so I can't buy cocktails. I can make my own cocktails. I gotta buy it. I gotta buy beer.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was trying to buy the beer. They allowed our bars to do delivery.
Game changer.
And so our breweries to do delivery, and so that's how they definitely were able to sustain during that time. And then because it is a smaller beer community, I think in the groups there was a whole lot of, we got to support, go and pick up beer. So as much as I hated picking up a 4-pack, because I don't know if I want to drink all 4 of these beers, I did a couple of those just to try to make sure I support.
They do curbside here pretty well. And then we have our bottle shops are pretty dope. So we have one bottle shop called Bitter Pops. They just expanded. So they're doing well during this whole.
Listen, some people had to come up.
And then you have Promiscuous, Virginia. They have it to where you can buy single cans and you can make your own 4-pack, which is also dope. When you, like you say, what if you don't want the whole 4-pack?
Yeah.
Here, but then it's like my luck has been I'll go to Promiscuous and I get like one of each, and then it's like, damn, I should have got the 4-pack, but when I go back, it's gone.
I knew I was going like this.
I knew I was going like this, right?
Yeah, Southern Grist, which y'all were first drinking with the Hilltopia, they still aren't open. Their tap room where you can have guests in your tap rooms, and though it's supposed to be, maybe 50% capacity, is definitely not that. But they still haven't opened their tap room, and they finally started allowing you to do mix and match 4-packs.
They finally did singles.
Yeah, doing
halfway
singles.
Through like the pandemic. At first, it was like, if you want this, you get the 4-pack, or a crowler or a growler. You're not getting a single out of us.
I think in the last week they are starting allowing like some, capacity tap rooms, but we have tap rooms that are just opted to stay closed out of safety for their employees and for the public, which I can definitely understand. You know what I'm saying? Because there have been instances where people have the last opening where employees caught COVID, or it's not a liability that people want to take.
I get it. And that puts them in a very bad place. This whole thing has just been a clusterfuck, personally.
Yeah. Work from home has been great.
Yep. Work from home has been fire.
I wear swim trunks every day. I don't know how I'm going back to the office. I wear swim trunks and hoodies every day for like a year.
Put on pajama pants in a heartbeat because they only see me from what y'all see. Like, you don't know what kind of pants I got on under here.
Man, it's been wonderful.
That part, that's been a thin line.
Yeah. It's been good. We both work downtown Chicago, so not having that cost of getting downtown and dealing with the gross ass train, and I'm like, man, let me just stay at home and I'm cool. And then if I have to go into the office, I go in and the building is empty. So because I work in IT, I go in and I do what I got to do, and I'm in and out in maybe 40 minutes. Do my little supervisor stuff, and I'm out the door. Like, see y'all, go back home.
My main office is in Charleston, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna be in Nashville. Like, we were eventually gonna get an office, but not right now. So don't even worry about it. Just be at the house and work. And I absolutely love it. I always wanted to work from home, even pre-COVID. So like, this is like one of the silver linings for me. Is like I could be at the house like all day and get paid.
Yeah, as long as you show value at the house. You ain't never got to go back. Shit.
Like, see, like he works.
That's my plan.
Right. So, like, I work for like a local governmental agency here, and that was the first thing. Oh, we can't because we have to be responsible to the taxpayers. And part of me was like, taxpayers, let me work from home. That's what I really was saying.
Right.
And it's like, oh, but we don't have the capability. I'm like, I work in security. We have the capability. Y'all just don't want to do it. But now that we're forced to do it, now we have the board of 9 commissioners like, look, we don't want to come in either. Let's just let them continue to work from home. Like,
Like, we didn't know we need this until we got it. I love work from home now.
Yes, it's been a beautiful thing. We're about to crack this one open. He's about to go get our Black is Beautiful snifters.
There you go. Yeah, we're sipping on, we cracked that open a little bit ago, the Crazy Gnome.
Chaotic Dreams.
Chaotic Dreams, yes.
This was their first barrel-aged beer. And like I said, they're pretty brand new. Very, very young. Opened in October, I believe it was.
You know,
Crazy Gnome Brewery. Yeah, I've never heard of them.
Yeah, so
they're one of our microbreweries here in Nashville. I would say
Crazy Gnome Brewery, baby.
I'm actually brewing an IPA with them that releases on Thursday.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the tap room. It's called the Rainbow Coalition. That was voted on by the group, my Black Beer Experience group. So that's fun, and it was a great experience. I definitely got some arm workout because the mash was very rough.
So wait, is this a stout? Like, I don't have my glasses on.
Barrel aged saison, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, barrel aged saison.
Oh wow, okay, nice.
It's different from a stout.
Yeah, it has the taste of like a saison because it's still a little bit like peppery, to me. And then like that barrel age kind of gives it like that like faux stout taste and aroma to me. But like once you taste it, you're like, oh, okay, this is not a stout at all.
I did forget it was a saison. In my mind, I was like, wait, this is a light ass stout. It's like, you start judging it wrong. Then you say it's a saison. You be like, oh, okay. Hold on, let me erase all of that.
Yeah, it's spicier, like you said. And I like the light body actually. It's got more drinkability. As much as I like stouts, sometimes they be real heavy. But this one with the light body makes it more fun.
So Brandon from Black Beer Travelers, that's my homie, that's my syndicate brother. Shouts out to the syndicate. But he sent some horse stouts. Man, they were heavy. We only opened up one, but it was so heavy.
Very dense, very thick.
Yeah, those are the ones I gotta share. I can't put back a whole one of those.
That's a bottle share type beer. That's a beer that I would take back if we ever get back to Fresh Press and have another epic bottle share at the house that we had. Like, look, hey y'all, let's go for it. But you cannot drink that one by yourself.
I so wanted to hit Fresh Fest. I was so ready for it.
I'm so hurt.
Last year.
We had a whole plan and everything. Like, we're gonna travel up, go stop at Cincinnati the night before, hang out there, then hit Pittsburgh the next day. Oh man,
my feelings are hurt. Like, I feel like a kid on punishment for something I didn't even do because I wanted to go so bad again.
Right. This is what this is. It's just a kindergarten class. We're trying to go to recess, but we have the badass kids that keep standing up. Like, oh, you gotta sit here another 10 minutes. Everybody's just like,
he pointed at her like, "You're a badass kid."
That's exactly what he did.
Badass kids, man.
There's billions of badass kids everywhere still.
Man, we'll get, hopefully at some point we'll get back to normalcy. It's not going to be anytime soon, but we'll get there. And then when we do, we got to have. I was just telling the syndicate, I said, look, we have to have the most kick-ass party ever and call it the family reunion and let everybody just come and just party.
Hey, let us know. Send us an invite. We'll be there. Like, you all already get a yes.
Here's the thing. It just got to be outside. I don't think anybody's still ready for like us to be in like enclosed tight spaces. I think we still need outdoor space.
It would definitely be outside in some good weather.
Yeah. I am so ready for it. So you all said what like the beers that y'all keep in the house, but I guess pre-COVID, what's the breweries that y'all like love to visit? And if Black people were coming to Chicago, where do y'all suggest they stop?
You know what? It was so funny because I get this question all the time, and like I told you earlier, Chicago is so huge. My first question is like, where are you standing in Chicago?
Okay, all
and
right.
then, are you driving? Or are you taking public transportation? Because then I can tell you like, oh, in this area. But overall, Maplewood is one of our favorites.
Oh, the Maple Room is dead sexy. Yeah, it's
Maplewood.
Oh, sorry. We call it the Maple Room. But Maplewood Brewing.
Right.
Maplewood Brewing on the northwest side. It's a brewery and a distillery. And it's at the end of a residential block, which is huge in Chicago because the way zoning works, you don't have a lot of bars or breweries on residential blocks. There's residential and commercial zoning. So they somehow got at the end of this block, regular block.
Right there at the cusp.
Yeah. That place is dope.
Babe, come on.
Oh, shit, I'm old school, man. So I say right downtown, you go to Haymarket Pub and Brewery.
Oh, yeah, definitely
Haymarket. They were really the first brewery in West Loop. It's really the best brewery in downtown, right? Even though it's West Loop. It's the brewmaster is the guy that started FOBAB, the Festival of Wood and Barrel Aged Beers, which is an international event.
Which y'all need to come to whenever we have that again.
That's Chicago's finest hour. That's the best party in the city.
He would love that.
Yeah, that's dreamland.
That's your jam.
It's dreamland right there. That's the shit.
And okay, then, I'm here too. So if y'all like stouts and enjoy that type of barrel aged goodness. In Nashville, we have the Winter Warmer. That thing was okay. So I went only one time, and I'm like now an advocate for it. And I was so hurt that like Fresh Fest and Winter Warmer were the two festivals I was looking forward to last year. And of course, both of them couldn't happen. But Winter Warmer is just all high ABV beers, barley wines, stouts, Belgians, and you might be getting just a taste, but you are fucked up by the end of the day. And it was an amazing time. So we took a lift there, but yeah, you got to make sure you have that ride home. There is no
time. So one year I got the bright idea. See, Nick, this is before like ABC really started popping up, right? So Nick will always get the invites to FOBAB. So I was like, you know what? I'm a volunteer for my ticket.
Listen.
Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened though. So I'm volunteering, and we setting up, and they tell you, look, you guys can taste whatever y'all want. This is before it even opened to anybody, before we start letting people in. You can taste whatever you want, but you just can't get drunk. How the hell does that happen? You're talking about high ABV stouts, barley wines, all of that. I'm keeping my composure. And so they put me on two of the biggest beers, which is Claire's Thirsty Ale here in Haymarket, which is an amazing beer, and Benthic from Half Acre, which is also a very well sought out beer here. I'm double pouring, I'm sipping, I'm double pouring. Now, mind you, my free session for me to volunteer, I was supposed to attend the next session for free. He's already in the session that I'm pouring in. I was like, look, I've already had everything. I'm ready to go. I couldn't hang because I had already had everything. I was drunk as hell. I couldn't hang. I was like, look, it's time. He's cracking up at me like, okay, yeah, I can tell you ready to go. My afro was tilted.
The important part is that you made it though. That was the key. It
was by the grace of God that I made it through the whole session that I was working. And then not only am I sipping the beers, I had volunteers. They kind of recognized who I was, so they was bringing me beers. They were pouring like, hey, ABC, taste this. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to work here. Like I'm getting tipsy. They told us not to get drunk. And somebody did get drunk and they had to put them out. One of the volunteers, and once that happens, you can never volunteer again.
Damn.
So I'm trying to keep my composure in case I have to do this do this again. Man, it was just a wrap. It was so funny. We went to go get ramen. We went and got ramen, and then I went home and I just crashed. Couldn't hang.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Right.
I did that with a food and wine fest in Atlanta. I volunteered and that was amazing though. I still go back and volunteer for that food and wine fest. And my mama was the DD. So I was in that thing faded. Me and my friends. Yeah. And I just sat in the passenger seat and just went to sleep when I got in the car because I was in there so good. So I understand how like you can get caught up. They really set you up. They set you up.
They set you up, and then like what was that? Have you guys heard of Three Floyds?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so Three Floyds, Dark Lord Day. I went for the first time ever in 2019. He's an OG. You know what I'm saying? So he knows what to expect. He breaking it down like, look, it's a beautiful shit show.
Can only tell you so much, and then
it can only tell you so much. You have to experience it. Here's the thing. People are coming from I met people coming from Paris, Germany, Japan, in line that's coming just for this 1 day festival. Soon as I walk up and I'm about to go get in a line, and he's like, oh, hey, try this beer. You're getting drunk before 2 hours before you're actually getting into the festival.
The bottle share in the beginning.
The largest bottle share in the city.
It's one big bottle share. So there's this group that I was in, this Facebook group I was in, the Black Beer, it was the IBU, a Black Beer group or whatever have you. They had 3 tables, a bottle share. They're like just pouring, constantly pouring. And I mean, they come in with heat. Three Floyds didn't care that you were bringing bottles in. I mean, it was just, by the time I left, I'm glad my mother lived 3 minutes away from this festival because it was just like, it was a wrap for me.
Where is Three Floyds?
Three Floyds is in Munster, so it's a border town. It borders Illinois. Right. It's in Indiana. So
okay.
The next town over is the Chicago suburbs, basically.
Okay.
Downtown is probably
30 minutes.
About 30 minutes south of downtown.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew it was in that area. I just couldn't put my finger on it. So where do you all stay in Chicago? What area?
Far north side. Far
Rogers Park.
Like outside of Chicago.
In the last neighborhood. So 2 blocks north is Evanston. 2 blocks north is the burb. So we're at the northern tip of the city, northeast tip of the city.
Okay.
Okay.
When I came to Chicago, I came for work one time, and I also came for, pleasure, but I came for work, and I stayed in Schaumburg.
Oh, you was the northwest suburbs.
Yeah, you were out by O'Hare. Yeah,
that was a little ways out, but I was like, I'm going to take the rental, and I'm going into the city, so my dumb ass was just riding all the places I probably shouldn't be riding. I had to go. I went to the hood to get some Harold's chicken,
Oh man, there you go.
I mean, I felt like I'm from New Orleans. Like I'm not that, I get it,
Don't come now because they carjacking folks. But
that's why I'm like, I still probably, I was by myself. Like, let's be smart. I'm not hood.
Next time you come, call.
Now, yes, absolutely. There will be no question. And there's probably going to be like maybe this year, once y'all open back up and things make sense. Because I know you were saying like, it feels like you won't be able to, or we might not open this year, or, it just might take some time. But if you're in a different city like Nashville, and if you go visit Atlanta, you'll be like, oh yeah, we right on the cusp. It's like the world about to open up. I know Chicago probably has a different vibe because y'all are just coming out of that hole, so to speak. But a lot of like the southern cities that's already been open, we like, okay, so we should probably see a festival like in July, maybe.
Oh no, our governor shut that down. It's not even a city at this point. The governor shut it down. He shut down the festivals for 2020, and he also shut down the festivals for 2021. He was like, there are no festivals in the state of Illinois because of the fact our numbers tend to fluctuate, and with our numbers with the cold weather, our numbers tend to go up. So now we have this idiotic mayor who's trying to send CPS kids back to school. And like my kid is a part of the CPS system. She and her ass ain't going back. She in high school. You're going to take classes from your bedroom. That's it. That's all. So it is what it is. But no, our governor was like, nope, it's not happening. He's not willing to take that chance.
Yeah, we don't have that type of governor. We in the red states down here, very Trump country. I mean, Nashville is definitely blue. but the state overall is red. Yeah, it's deep red.
It's kind of like Austin in Texas.
Yeah, very similar to that.
But tell Stacey to come flip y'all state.
Listen, we got a group, we got a nonprofit here, the Equity Alliance. Our ladies are putting in work.
Yeah,
they started here in Nashville, but they're spreading out throughout the state and making some things happen. So it's definitely in the works, and things are people are working to make a change here in Nashville. So I mean, not Nashville, in Tennessee. We see it, but luckily our governor wasn't as bad as Georgia's, because they didn't specifically say, nah, it don't matter what the cities say. It's going to be, it's all about my word. And so Nashville was still able to open and operate, and Memphis as well, open and operate when they saw fit.
Yep.
Yeah, but Atlanta had no say in because the governor was like, it doesn't matter what the city says. This state is open, and that's it.
Georgia was busting wide open.
Fuck your COVID, bitch.
Like tried that a little bit with this on the earlier part, and then our mayor. This is where I sided with her. She was like, "Nope, I don't care." She's like, "I'm the mayor of Chicago," and she shut it down. Now it's like I have an issue with you're now trying to use our kids to push your agenda. It's like, okay, wait a minute, hold on. The news just said that 2.8, not 28, 2.8 million kids have caught COVID. All right. So why are you trying to push these kids back into schools? And my biggest issue is with CPS is the fact that it's the urban kids you're trying to push back. You're pushing back to schools that are poorly ventilated. There's no way that you have the budget to upgrade these schools for safety. Now all of a sudden you're going to consider them safe. There is no, like my daughter, she goes to school downtown Chicago. So she has to take elevators to get her. It's like her school is one floor. So there's no way they can socially distance. You can't put all those kids in the elevator. It's not going to happen. So you know what's going to happen is if you're going to force them to come back to school, then I'm going to have to pull her out and put her into an establishment that's already set up for online school.
Yeah,
the schools was fucked up and outdated before all this. And they closed a lot of schools in poor neighborhoods.
Yes,
a lot of schools and consolidated shit anyway. So it's ridiculous to say you got to go back. These schools aren't built for that.
I'm glad the teachers are fighting. They're like, no, you're not putting us in danger because you're trying to push your agenda.
Yeah, because they're striking up there.
Oh yeah, they good for striking.
Chicago will strike their ass off. Like it don't matter. Y'all definitely
ain't with the bullshit at all.
But like, look, and I got friends who are teachers like, look, we are not going to school. I'm like, look, I support y'all. Get y'all money and it should be safe for y'all.
It's really amazing that that people are expecting these schools to open when the school was not up to par before COVID.
Yes.
It's like you already had a 30-to-1 ratio of students to teachers, 30 plus at that. And so you're telling me that these 30 kids could sit in a 20 by 20 room and socially distance? Nah.
Shouts out to my brother, right? So shouts out to my alderman, Maria Haddon. She just got elected this last election. She made the same argument. We had, even though we're in Rogers Park, there are schools up here that's just not prepared for opening. She was like, these schools should be the school, like for instance, the first school when we first moved up here, the school that I had to put my daughter in, should be condemned at this point. And I had to snatch her out, and she ended up going to another school. So it's like these schools are not ready. So how are you going to put these kids in this environment? And their whole premise is the fact that kids are not catching COVID at the rate adults are. But guess what? They're transmitting it back to home.
Yeah,
they're taking it home.
I'm not, and the issue, yes, the students are definitely transmitting it. But if a parent wants to send their child back and you're willing to take their risk, okay, fine. But the teacher's not having a choice in the matter. It's like, can we please just vaccinate the teachers? Can they be inside the group? Because, like at a grocery store, yes, you interact with a number of people, but your interaction time is a lot lower. Mm-hmm. you're literally sitting in the classroom with these kids 4 hours on end. Yeah. So that transmission rate is going to be higher. So you can't compare them to just say, oh, these are essential workers. Yes, they're essential. So we should be vaccinating them. If they're so essential, like treat them as the doctors and the nurses that are getting vaccinated.
But see, here's the thing: even if you get vaccinated, you can still transmit it. That's came out. Even if you get vaccinated, you can still transmit it. So
you mean after the second shot?
Yes, even if you're fully vaccinated, you can still transmit it. So here's the thing: look it up. So here's the thing.
I'm gonna have to look that one up. Look, the views expressed by the guests are not. No, I'm just kidding. But here's the thing. I'm gonna have to look that up. I know that they research that. I know they say you still need to wear a mask, and it's not. So there could be something to that because they're definitely like y'all still need to wear masks.
Right. So here's the thing. This is how I break it down. Like, so I have 2 Black doctors. Okay, both of my Black doctors, one man, one female, is like, look, we are not recommending our patients get these vaccines right now because it hasn't been thoroughly researched for people with certain conditions. These fresh vaccines. It was like, it's not going to happen. And here's the thing. Here's my biggest thing. I have a dog. Okay. He's a year and a half. He's an asshole. He's an adorable golden retriever. The vet was like, look, guess what? Your dog can transmit COVID to you if caught from another dog that came from a COVID positive household.
Damn, for real?
Yes.
Wait. I thought that rumor was squashed in the beginning.
That came from they've squashed. Mainstream media wanted to squash that, but this came directly from my dog's vet.
I'm gonna have to look into this one.
I have to ask my vet too. I got a little Doberman.
Transfer. They may not catch it, but they can transfer. So my dog he don't even socialize with other dogs.
You can't even go ahead.
You're real funny acting over here.
You can't
I feel that mine doesn't either. I have a Doberman.
We're funny acting over here. Like, no, keep your behind away from other dogs. Can't do it. I refuse.
So I got some stuff I have some stuff to research because I can't necessarily dispute it, but I'm like, this sounds like some shit. I'm gonna need to look it up, but I'm here for it. So I guess before we wrap up, or as we wrap up, more like the drinks kicking in.
I'm buzzed.
I am feeling
all kind of new conspiracies and shit kicking off. All kind of new theories.
Creeped up on me. Why'd you?
I told you. Wait, I should have opened up the Santa Rock thing too while y'all was at it.
You set us up.
We probably will get to that in a little bit.
You open it back to break glasses?
No. What are you talking about?
See, I can't wait to come to Shy because I definitely will be hitting y'all up. I want to drink. Like
I'll be hitting y'all up too because I've never been to Chicago. I've been trying to get up there.
We love
years.
Chicago.
Fun time. It is a fun time.
Be up there. I'm definitely hitting y'all up.
And Southwest always have a deal to Chicago, but like I have to see what that deal is in the warmer weather. Right now it's like, $39 to Chicago. But I don't like Chicago that much.
Yeah, we don't like Chicago that much right now.
We stay here.
Yeah. Chicagoans don't like Chicago. I want to ask, are y'all from Chicago, like born and raised, or?
Yeah.
Born and raised?
I grew up in the South Burbs.
Same.
I was born in the city, moved to the South Burbs, came back to the city when I was like 20, 21.
Born in the South Subs, moved to the city because for him, and yeah, this is where I'm at.
But we always worked in the city, so it kind of made sense. Not like I forced to move to the city. We was working in the city too.
I was working in the city and living in the burbs. I was cool, but you get married, like, okay. He was like, I don't want to live in the burbs. All right, fine. I moved to the city. And that's what happened. That's why I'm
closer. That's what love do. That's what love do.
I know, right?
Well,
hey, that's what love do.
We really appreciate y'all coming on and just talking about Chicago and shit and COVID and all that stuff because COVID is life right now, unfortunately.
Forget ball. COVID is life.
Ball used to be life. COVID kicked that to the side. Now COVID is life. So
right.
Is there a last statement, last note, something you want to, people to know about Chicago and the beer scene in Chicago?
We just got no beer.
Simple as that. I don't disagree.
It be that real sometimes.
Got no beer,
buddy. The dog's awake. There's a diversity in beer styles up here that we should all be pretty proud of. There's the lager only breweries. The barrel aged game is strong. There was a Michelin star brew pub up here.
Okay.
everybody takes their identity very seriously and goes out of their way to be true to that identity. So you actually do have a lot of unique situations when you go to these tap rooms. And then there's so many of them that it actually kind of replaces the bar experience. Honestly, you come up here, you can head up tap rooms for a couple weeks straight and be very satisfied. So I'm very excited that culture exists in Chicago too.
The number y'all mentioned, I'm like, damn, even if I go and spend a long week in Chicago, I'd never be able to hit that many.
Not even half.
I
You
never
gotta have multiple trips, girl.
You're gonna have to pick a neighborhood and explore that neighborhood.
Explore the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll drink with you though. Come on.
Listen, we'll be all around.
Open back up though.
Dude, Chicago might need to be like a first swing tour stop when we get able to tour again.
Listen, I'm ready to bust a move. Like I said, I love traveling. And so being able to do this, rep your city and just talk about the different areas, different cities, it makes me a little jealous. It makes me a little envious. It makes me miss traveling. Like I'm ready to go. So I'm ready to get the vaccine so I can get the hell up out of Nashville comfortably.
So
and then my mama.
Next?
You say what?
Which one they are doing next?
Next will be
in California.
Bay Area.
California.
Beer Talk Now.
Okay.
And so we'll be doing the Bay Area and talking about getting hyphy and drinking brews. Now I mean, so
E40 in the building.
I'm gonna work on my crip walking.
I'm working my E40.
I tried that one time. I fell and bust my shit, so I just gave up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and then maybe I'll do a TikTok. We'll see what I come up with.
See what happens. I'm working my E40 impression.
I got bad knees. I can't be out here doing this shit.
I got 40-year-old knees. It's just what happens. Like, man.
I blew my ankles out too much for me to try to attempt it. I don't want to blow it out again. Like,
well, as we said, we have Beer Talk Now next week with the Bay Area. And we want to thank Shalonda and Nick for coming through. Afro Beard Chick, Afro Beard Nick.
I think that's your name. People are going to be like, that's perfect.
There you go, babe. Afro Beard Nick.
Wow.
Afro Beard Nick. I like that.
I like that too. I like that too.
That's funny.
But yeah, how can we keep up with you guys on social media?
So you can catch me on as Afro Beard Chick. All the social medias, I'll be drinking beer and talking shit. And then collectively, the Neat Pour on all the socials.
At Shy Beer Geeks. That's my Twitter handle.
Shy Beer Geeks. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm following you there.
You're gonna do that now before I forget.
And you can catch us at the Swig. You can catch myself at the Black Beer Experience.
And of course, you can catch me at the beer.
Thank you guys for the dope stickers, which the bad idea of Wu-Tang stickers on my laptop as we speak.
Yeah. I had to throw some stickers in there. And then bad idea. They're a little south of Nashville, but they make a really good beer and unique beer as well.
I meant to throw some Afro Beer Chick stickers in there, and then I forgot. So y'all actually have some coming in the mail.
I appreciate that. I'm like, this don't have to be the last trade. If you see something from Southern Grist or Bearded Iris or any of the breweries in Nashville that you want to try, and I got to get y'all that guidance. So y'all can, you got to try that out.
Most definitely. If you want beer from Chicago, let us know. If you want some more Hot Butcher, let me know.
I will.
I'm hollering at y'all for that Revolution because y'all talking about they make good stuff.
Man, look, I got Revolution in my refrigerator. It's like, and they tell you, here's the thing. And it's because it's his fault because I'm the type of person that when I get beer, I want to drink it. He be like, oh no, let's sit on it. But Revolution, like, no, we have the best drink by day. So like I have a Revolution 10-year in the fridge. I have quite a few Revolutions in there that I want to drink so bad. And he'd be like, well, let's sit on these. He's good about saving beer. I'm not. Which I did send you guys a Revolution as well. I think it was a Maple Deep.
Yes, we do have one of those. And so we're going to figure out how to plug that in or what episode we're going to plug that one into. Or we might just drink that shit as we just chopping it up. So again, thank y'all for coming on. We want to just tell people to tune in to the rest of the episodes. It's going to be a good conversation. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Lift your glass to the Swig podcast and keep toasting. Take a swig.